across every digital universe. Aeternum, Sanctuary, Tevat, Azeroth, even hashtag Flatarachus. There exists one single resource. The spice. The Azoth. Gold. Mana. Dust. Whatever it is for your universe, the effect is always the same. It powers creation, connection, and community. But in our world, the elites have learned to harvest that same energy, and they call it engagement. Metrics, user retention. The algorithm is draining the life force of fun itself, converting our shared joy and our shared universe into profit and revenue. When I was just a boy, servers would spawn up where your friends in colleges could join together and play Sims. And you could capture your friend's Sims inside of a house and put a barbecue grill in the center of it and ruin 6 to 8 hours of their gaming time. And we called it fun. The reality is now, Jeff Bezos and the algorithmic combine are draining the life force and fun of games itself, converting our shared joy into profit. On Aeternum, they call it Azoth, blue veins of pure creating and creation running beneath the soil. On Arrakis, it's called spice. That spice creates spice melange, and there is nothing worth more. Gold, V-Bucks, Fremen, they're all the same thing. The spice is what combines us. The spice is what binds us. The resource that lets us build from our worlds, form guilds, and be free together. Jeff Bezos. Now, I have traveled far and wide across digital universes, and I found myself most recently in Flat Aeternum, saying to myself, maybe this is where the sand trouts are, but I have uncovered a different, deeper conspiracy. I've uncovered something none of us ever thought could happen. Jeff Bezos. This part isn't satire. Every pixel of Aeternum was touched by a person. Someone stayed up until late into the evening, 3 a.m., maybe even later, making sure that axe hit right, fixing the problems that caused you to leave at some point. People have put their heart and soul into this game on both sides. And now those same people, artists, devs, quest writers, they're the ones being laid off, not because the game failed, not because the game isn't doing well. It's doing better than it's done in a long, long time. And we'll go over some of those numbers in the future, but keep this in mind. They are being affected because it succeeded in a way that didn't make money fast enough for the globalists the elitists. It succeeded too late. Their passion, Jeff Bezos' passion, is the spice itself. Not the game, not your passion. Jeff Bezos needed money faster. And that's why those people don't have jobs. He needs to be able to make money faster than he's made it last year and the year before. And oddly enough, I don't know about you out there, but I personally do know that I don't make more money than I did last year. I didn't make more money than I made the year before. I would guess the majority of us out there didn't. So it makes you wonder if a massively multiplayer online role-playing game like New World or New Aeternum can succeed in a way where you can have fun and enjoy and be a part of the merriment. But that's not fast enough money making for the Jeff Bezoses of the world. Then maybe you don't get that. Maybe you don't get this world. This version of New World isn't for you. Maybe that level of greed is the problem. Maybe the 30,000 displaced workers, architects of New World, that put their heart and soul into this game. Maybe they didn't make money fast enough for Jeff Bezos. Maybe the former devs say they learned through social media that their job was gone because they didn't make money fast enough for Jeff Bezos. Maybe those developers, those digital fremen that worked their tail off into the evenings and days and nights for Jeff Bezos, maybe now they're being mined for innovation. Maybe now AI has not only taken their job, but it's taken their intellectual property as well. Maybe it's taken their heart and their soul out of New Aeternum. And now they've been discarded for profit. Maybe those digital architects, maybe those fremen and developers, those digital fremen, maybe those developers, those digital fremen were mined for their innovation, mined for their own intellectual property, and discarded just like any one of us could be. Maybe we just didn't give money to Jeff Bezos fast enough to keep their jobs for them. Maybe that's what didn't happen. Maybe I didn't sell enough dubby. Hashtag booties for 10% off. Maybe Jeff Bezos' prime didn't make enough money. Maybe the boys being woke was the problem. Maybe our enjoyment of raids and success, maybe that didn't show up on the quarterly metric that Jeff Bezos uses. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Spice Wars. I know it's been a long time since I've really broken this down. I am your host, Hughe Jasole. And I'm here to talk about how globalist, elitist, Zionist Jeff Bezos can't tax your laughter, so he's shutting down the servers. They killed the servers because they can't tax you enough to keep you in this game. They're shutting down the servers because when it comes to control, every time we join hands and complete and succeed in one of these raids, we become just another unit that they can't control. Just another system, process that they can't fix. He saw us forging alliances and thought to himself, maybe we could get some unrealized revenue out of that.
Pitching hay and shoveling manure.
Turns out our communities don't monetize well, ladies and gentlemen.
Mind at ease. Clear and complicated.
Doesn't matter
work.
whether you're fighting
And
for the red or the blue.
Of our most beautiful night ever
If you're in
I only raise my
their
sword now to
world,
keep the lost
they
at
own you.
Priscilla, you're not making any sense.
Philip and I aren't worried about this. I'm not worried about Philip. He's gonna figure his shit out. He's a very good guy.
Cannot everyone see I am?
If you're expecting the night's like if you
Maybe we crafted too many friendships here in New Aeternum. Maybe we didn't produce enough microtransactions. And you know who the real Fremen, the real miners of spice are in this whole situation? The devs. The devs are the true miners in this situation because they are the ones that gave us this magic. And now Jeff Bezos has laid them off because, again, they didn't make him enough money. Not enough money for Jeff. Just can't seem to find enough of that stuff. Every layoff here is a patch note in late-stage capitalism. 30,000 artists and developers and workers for a studio put their time and effort and heart and soul. And Jeff sold off their IP for stock options because they didn't make him enough money. Because you, playing this game right now, enjoying yourself, didn't make Jeff Bezos enough money. And the bottom line to this all, and let's really face it, you know what? The game didn't fail. We failed Jeff. We failed Jeff Bezos. We didn't give him enough data that he could use to make money. Ladies and gentlemen, we obviously didn't collect enough Azoth. Because when you think about it, every time we log in, a Bezos drone logs us in. He doesn't need us to mine spice anymore. All he needs is for us to log in so that he can mine our clicks. Every sword swing, it's a data point. Every log out, a behavior flag. Spice no longer flows through New Aeternum. It flows through AWS. We thought that we were chasing Azoth. Turns out, the Azoth was chasing us. Our patterns, our emotions, our downtime, all logged right here in a nice little pretty package with sunsets and reindeer. Bezos sells that information straight to advertisers, who then use it to target you at the right point in time. So yeah, maybe we didn't craft enough iron ingots, Jeff. We forged something rarer here on New Aeternum. We forged a community. And you can't monetize that yet. Which is probably why you're shutting it down. Jeff, you're turning off the servers because, again, we didn't make you enough money. There's not enough yachts. There's not enough dick implants, Jeff. Actually, I saw the hog on that guy. It's pretty fantastic, to be honest with you. When he was sending out those pictures, of course I'm gonna take a look. I mean, it's a magnificent hog. I'm not gonna lie. The spice has changed. The spice has changed its form, but it's always the same. Melange becomes metadata. Metadata becomes doom. Amazon makes $46 billion a year off advertising powered by your data, your clicks. But we didn't make enough money. Jeff. One might ask you, is there enough money for Jeff? Is there enough money for the globalists, the billionaires, the Zionists? Is there ever enough money? I don't know that there's ever been enough money. Since the dawn of time, it's always been not enough. You sell our laughter back to us as prime benefits. You've turned friendship into a subscription tier. And for what? You gave us a sandbox and we built a world within it. And now, like the rickest of ricks, you're threatening to shut
You learned the
down
way
our
into the
little
lost archive.
sandbox just because,
My search
again,
brought me
it's not
here,
producing
though
enough
I have yet
power
to find anything
for
useful.
the machine that you built that big.
Then, these...
We didn't ask for your yachts. We didn't ask for fancy cars and Teslas. All we asked for was a game that worked properly the first time. A small little corner of the desert that you could call your home. When you get home from a long day of slaving away at a job you hate that doesn't make you billions of dollars. How much is enough money, Jeff? $30,000 people lost their jobs so that you could make a quarterly earnings check. How much is enough money, Jeff? Souls into this game. Those people lost their jobs, their livelihoods, so a quarterly report could look a little bit cleaner. Players lost a world so that investors could see a margin. Tell me, Jeff, what more can we provide to you? I'm an Amazon Prime member. I play this stupid game. I basically use you for every outgoing method of money that I have and incoming. Our data, you've already got that. Our time? Well, hell, I've already given you 510 hours of that. How much more do you need, Jeff? 510 hours is not a lot in this game. Just so we're on the same page, I'm not acting like that's a lot of hours in the game. But I, alone, have given 540, I just checked, 540 hours of my time to this game. That's not enough. Ooh, do you want our hearts? Jeff, do you want our hearts? Because you just took that with every accountant you just let go. Every dev that just lost their job, you broke our hearts with that. The truth is, Bezos, there will never be enough. Because you're no longer mining for data. You're no longer mining for existence. The truth is, There's no number that'll ever be enough. Because you're not mining for data and money anymore. You're mining for meaning, Bezos. You're draining joy from the things that make us human, yet you can't spreadsheet that. We don't play to profit. We simply play to belong, Bezos. And that's something your algorithms can never own. Who's that? Let's see what's going on over here. John Carter, I appreciate you stopping by because I really wanted to share my opinions and my feelings. What's going on here in New York today? Have you seen the news, John? Have you seen the news? That New World is more than likely going on. Because we didn't make Jeff Bezos enough money. We couldn't give Jeff Bezos enough of our things.